Hey friends, it's Joy with Decor Made with Joy coming to you from Franklin, Tennessee with a tutorial today for a simple fall wreath. This wreath is budget friendly, and what we're going to be using, I actually saw these online, and then I went to Michael's yesterday to pick them up. I liked them. It's a Ashland yellow and brown magnolia leaf, and I just thought, wouldn't that be pretty to cut these up and just have a simple magnolia leaf grapevine. So I'm estimating it's going to take 4 bushes to cover an 18-inch grapevine, and these bushes were $5.10 a piece. So that would be a little over $20 for your florals. I don't think you're going to need any other florals. And then you can use ribbon if you want. I'm going to show you that option. And then I got my 18-inch grapevines for $5.99 each at a wholesaler. So this is how the bush comes. I've got a bag full of them here. How they come back up, and if you spread them out like we do, you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stems off this. 5 stems. So I'm going to show you how I cut these up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then I take each one and make 2 cuts off of each one. I spread the leaves apart. Got to get that tag off, of course, and I come down and look for the natural cuts. And so here, if I cut right here, that's going to give me a fairly full top to work with, and then a full bottom. So we're going to get, if we have 5 stems, 2 cuts off of each one, so we have quite a bit of product. And you'll see I dry runned one yesterday in anticipation of doing this, and I will just take that back apart and we will glue it in, because nothing is glued in yet. I was just trying to make, save us some time experimenting, and so I have 3 stems in there, but there's some pretty significant holes, so that's where I came up with the 4 bushes will make an 18-inch wreath. And then because it flows down and up and sideways, you're going to end up with a substantial wreath. 24 inches is what I measured yesterday. So I will finish cutting this up off camera. You don't need to watch that, and then I will start the camera back at a better angle that you can see. Okay, as you can see, I cut up all of my leaves off of my bushes, 4 bushes, and got those in a basket, and I will set these over here where I can reach them. I'm going to try to angle this a little bit for you so you can see better, and we'll get started as soon as my glue is melted. Okay, I think I've got our glue melted enough where we can start working with it. And I've got this up on an easel. The first thing we're going to do is trim this up a bit, although it's going to be covered all the way around with leaves, so you don't need to do a lot of trimming. And again, I get these grapevines for $5.99. That's the best price I've been able to find, and cleanest grapevines I've found are from Nick's Seasonal Decor. White Bayou has good grapevines. Not quite as clean as Nick's when they arrive. This person, Ben Franklin out of Kingsport, Tennessee, they're not too bad. And again, we don't have to clean a whole lot because it's all going to be covered up. Okay, so we'll start there. All right, this is such a simple design that all you're going to do is dip your stem in, let it drip off, and you're going to work your way all the way around. And I usually, start on the outside edge, like so, and then go inside, outside. So a zigzag pattern is what works well for me. And see, these cuts are just so nice and full and have that beautiful, beautiful fall color. You can bend them a little bit to fit what you're putting them in there with. It's kind of a natural thing for a wreath designer to do, is just bend to the shape of the form that they're using. This design is very budget friendly. It I think it appeals to the eye of your customer because it's got all these bright colors and leafage. It would make a great gift, a great closing for a realtor, so that they're not spending a ton on a gift, but yet have a vibrant, beautiful wreath to meet the new homeowner. So outer, inner, outer, inner. See, I've still got the tag from the wreath on there, $5.99 from Ben Franklin. And these are on sale right now at Michael's. I don't know what the original price was, but I just was looking and saw them, and I thought, oh, I could make something really pretty with that. So I went and grabbed some. And that's what I tend to do to avoid, I do overshop sometimes, but to avoid that, I try to select ahead of time what I need or want instead of going in and just making impulse buys. But that's up to you. I still have way too much product in stock and use lots of spaces in my house. And I'm trying to be just a little smarter about it and a little more strategic. I do not recommend pre-buying a bunch of supplies when you first get started thinking, oh, I might sell 12 of these. It just doesn't work that way. It takes a good long while to get your business clientele built up. And just try to buy as you go and as you make. So don't buy a bunch of extra supplies is what I'm trying to say. Unless it would be basic, like a wreath form. If you found a great deal on that, you could stock 10 or so. That's just my opinion. People do it different ways, but I know a lot of people have a lot of regrets buying too much supplies. And then they end up not liking it, or it's too hard to work. Their circumstance changes, and then they're trying to de-stash and have to take a loss on it. And I don't want that for you. See how this is just getting full already? We're just going around the perimeter. Nice and slow. And if you decide to use a bow with yours, you could use a space up here. But you could see what I'm talking about. You don't necessarily have to have a bow. Okay, isn't that looking beautiful? And I've still got quite a few leaves in there. So I might could get away with 3 stems of it, but I'm just going to go ahead and fill this up since I cut it up. Get it out of the basket where I can get to it readily. Let's see where we have holes right here. Right up here. Right up here. Isn't that just looking so beautiful? So let me show you some bow options before we add the rest of that. This is a bow I made for a bow making video. Wouldn't that be pretty in there? All the harlequin black and white and the little pumpkin, that would be pretty. And I particularly like with this color, this Lenore Arnold 1.5 inch. Let me unfold that. Gosh, those colors are just absolutely perfect. So I can make a pretty bow with that, should I decide to go with a bow. But let's just keep adding the rest of this in here, and then we'll be finished. I mean, it is just crazy how this beautiful wreath comes together so rapidly. Gotta love that. We've got to have a few in our repertoire. I just finished a few Halloween things. They were arrangements that I promise you I worked on for weeks. And we can't do all of that. That has to be a special thing. And they're going to be pricey, but they sure are beautiful, but I invested a lot of time in those. And again, just working my way around, looking for gaps. Few more leaves here, and again just looking for holes. Now I'm having to dig for holes, so I definitely could have stopped. Look at that. Big, full, and beautiful. Well, let me stop this camera and change the angle and back it up just a little bit. So I wanted to get far enough away from the camera so you could get a good view of that. Isn't that just gorgeous? It's big too. I measured the mock-up that I put together last night, and it was definitely 24 inches. And this is a round wreath. So that's our tutorial. My step from here is that I will add a hanger here. You can use bind wire, you can use a pine tie. You don't really have to add a hanger on a grapevine wreath, but I just think it's a nice extra touch. And so there you go. That's your tutorial this week, and that was less than 15 minutes easily. So y'all take care and let me know if you have any questions. Be sure and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It means a lot to me. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.